What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for the day, and I'm very excited about today's video because I actually have a new Prizepicks correlation strategy that you guys can use and that I will be sending out in more videos and on my VIP to come. I will explain a little bit about it, but it is MLB correlation, which is great because we have a lot more MLB, and MLB also happens daily and a lot of plays daily. So really excited about that, but I have been testing it out recently. You can see I have a lot of 5-man entries, and kind of, you know, if I ever cook something up or want to try something out, I will just put $5 on a lot of plays and kind of see if it works. I'm always trying to, research things, build different ways to correlate slips, combine, different player props together to, avoid the payout shift and such. And correlation has been a very cornerstone of this channel. I always talk about correlation on this channel, and that is one of the best ways to beat Prizepicks long-term is correlation. So we always do CounterStrike correlation, we do League of Legends correlation, Dota correlation, and actually League of Legends and Dota correlation both have gotten payout shifted. There's still some ways to get around it. But Prizepicks knows that correlation is going to kill them long term, so we want to find the best ways to correlate picks. I know a couple of videos ago I gave you some soccer correlation. I had kind of been in the lab cooking that up recently too. Those had done really well, and we actually almost hit one of them completely if one of them didn't DNP. But I also really like these MLB slips here. So these are all just in the past. I think this was yesterday and the day before, but I've been doing a lot of these MLB slips here. And you can see that we are either taking the pitcher to go under pitching outs, and then the other team to go over runs, RBIs, or hits, runs, RBIs, or we are actually this one right here I got really close to was a 6-man, and we are just taking to go a lot of runs on one team. So you can see that, like the Kansas City Royals, they got a lot of runs. The Brewers, they got a lot of runs. This was just kind of a high-scoring game. But really what I've been doing is this right here to go less than pitcher outs or less than fantasy score, and then the other team to go a lot of hits, right? And you can see actually there's been a lot of reverse correlation too. The only thing is you can't oftentimes take reverse correlation because you oftentimes have to pair it up with a, I'm just going to call it a red goblin, or I guess a devil pick right here. And you cannot take under the devil pick. The reason why you need to do this is because you will avoid the payout shift doing this. So you can see here's some reverse correlation, right? So if the pitcher does go off, then they have a really good game, they get a lot of fantasy score, that's going to mean that there is not going to be a lot of hits on them, right? But the opposite could happen too. If a lot of hits are going off against the pitcher, they're probably going to get pulled early, or they're going to have a low fantasy score because they are allowing a lot of hits. So hopefully that makes sense, right? If a pitcher's doing really well, they're probably going to leave them in the game, let them throw 18, 19 outs. But if a pitcher is doing bad, throwing a lot of hits, throwing a lot of RBIs, then they are going to take them out of the game early. So hopefully that makes sense. And I do have one of these in today's video. I also have a CounterStrike slip in today's video. So yeah, let's get into this. So we got this play for the day. This is CounterStrike, and then I will get to the MLB play right after this. We have these two players playing in today's game at 7 p.m. and then we have these two players playing today at 8 p.m. This is CounterStrike correlation. I talk about it in almost every single video. Like I said, correlation is king on Prizepicks, and pretty much any DFS app, you always want to find correlation. And how this is correlated, it is correlated based off of game length, right? So if we have these two players playing at each other at 7 p.m., I think this game is going to be a shorter game. So if this is a shorter game and it ends up being a shorter game, then these two players are likely to not get many kills, right? Because if there's not many kills, it's going to be a shorter game. There's not going to be as many rounds, and as there are not many rounds, there's not going to be many kills, because the more rounds there are, the more kills there are likely to be. So if this is a short game, maybe one team blows the other team out of the water, then it is likely for these to go under, right? And this is a very proven strategy. A lot of people use this type of correlation, these type of CounterStrike correlated slips, And yeah, this is some of the best correlation that you can get on Prizepicks right now is CounterStrike, Valorant, COD, all types of correlation on esports like this. And they do not payout shift it, which is my favorite thing ever. I really hope they never payout shift CounterStrike. So yeah, go less and less on these two players here. And then on these two players here, you can kind of think of it as another pair. We have the team Limitless versus the team Fluffy Aimers. And then we are taking more and more on these two players here because we think this is going to be a longer match, a closer match, more rounds in this match. And as there are more rounds, there's going to be more kills. So hopefully that makes sense too. So this game, we are thinking it's going to be a shorter game. The shorter the game is, the less kills there are in general, causing, these two players to most likely get less kills if it is a short game. And then the opposite is true for this game. If it's a longer game, should be more kills here. And yeah, a lot of times with Counter-Strike, you can kind of think of it in two pairs, right? Sometimes we just take a 2-man, but you can think of it in two pairs. And a lot of times these pairs either go 0 for 2 or they go 2 of 2, right? And if they go 0 for 2, we're pretty much just on the wrong side of the coin. We ended up taking less, and it went more and more, or vice versa. Or it goes 2 of 2 and we are correct. So yeah, less here and then more here. Hopefully that makes sense. This is the code for the day to get my VIP for free for one person. It is win218. One person will get my VIP today using this code, so congratulations to them. If you don't know, I do this in every single video, and actually tomorrow is Friday, and on Fridays I have a code that can actually be used 5 times, okay? So 5 times on Fridays. So make sure to tune into tomorrow's video as early as possible. By doing that, turn on post notifications. It's going to be the best way to get notified that my video is out. Come onto the video, find the code, and you can get a free month of my VIP using this code. It will be a different code tomorrow, but yeah, today's code is this, so congratulations to the one person who was able to win this today. If you want more opportunities to get my VIP, download any of these apps. The reason why I love these apps is because they give out so many promos, right? So Sleeper, Chalkboard, Better, they give out so many promos. They also do a deposit match of up to $250. Sleeper is actually up to $500. And if you deposit $10 into any of these apps, I don't care which it is, if you don't have Chalkboard, maybe it's Chalkboard. If you don't have Sleeper or Better, maybe it's those two. Deposit $10 into any one of these. Send me a screenshot of proof to my number. It will be in the description, and I will get you guys a free month of my VIP by doing that for me. First of all, you guys will get a app that has a ton of promos. You can use them all the time. I send out promos for these apps all the time, and then you guys will also get a deposit match, and I am actually affiliated with these apps too, so I'll get a little kickback as well. So thank you guys so much for doing that. But just Sleeper, for example, I deposited $100 back in the day, and I am up to $900 now, just taking all the promos they give out. They pretty much give out 5 or 6 promos a week. So definitely take advantage of all of these apps, because they all are giving out a ton of promos, because they're trying to compete with the big dogs like Prizepicks, like Underdog Fantasy. And yeah, let's get into the MLB slip for the day. So this is Correlated MLB. The reason why this game is happening relatively soon, this game's happening in about 2 hours, because the lineups come out pretty shortly after the game is about to start, right? So normally the lineups come out like 2 or 3 hours before the game starts. So it's not something that we can just pick days and days in advance, right? So that is a big reason to join my my free plan and my VIP plan, because you'll get my picks instantly to your phone. I wasn't going to lead into this, but definitely that is a big reason to join my free plan or my VIP plan, is I can send out these plays within 10-15 minutes of a game starting, and you can tail these. But yeah, this game is giving you about 2 hours to tail it, so make sure to tail that. And pretty much what it is we have this guy here, Cal Quantrill. He's pitching for the Rockies, and we want him to go under 17.5 pitching outs. And then we have a lot of players on the San Francisco Giants. So we got Wade Jr. to go over runs. We got Michael Conforto to go more than runs. And then we got Wilmer Flores to go more than RBIs. So the thought process here is that as these players are getting more runs, as they are scoring, getting RBIs, as they are hitting the ball, getting hits, that is going to cause Cal Quantrill to not have a good game, right? If he's pitching a lot of hits, pitching a lot of runs, they are likely to pull him earlier in the game. It's also, as more runs happen, that means less outs are happening, so it's going to cause his pitch count to go up. If you guys don't know, Pitchers normally pitch between like 80 to 100 pitches, and after that they are done. They're normally pulled out to conserve their arm. So if he's throwing a lot of hits and a lot of things are happening without outs happening in these innings, then he's just going to get his pitch count up without actual outs happening. So yeah, once he's at about 80 to 100 pitches, they normally pull these pitchers. They want to conserve them for the next game. They don't want them to be out, for a while with their arm really sore. So this is very, very correlated, and you can see some of the correlation happening here that I've been testing out. I would say to put maybe half to 1/4 of what you normally put on a play like this, just because it is a 4-man entry. And the kind of thing here is you want to do a lot of volume, right? You want to do a lot of volume. There's always MLB games going on, so I will send out more of these as they go. But this is 9x your money, right? So we are avoiding a lot of the payout shift that you would normally get from MLB. So hopefully that makes sense, right? We're going to go under pitching outs or under fantasy score for a pitcher, because we want him to have kind of a worse game, make him get pulled early, and then the Giants players to go off and have a lot of hits, a lot of runs, right? So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's have a great Thursday. Like, comment, and subscribe. I love reading you guys' comments, and thank you guys for watching.